Okay, did it start? Am I live? Oh my goodness. I've been trying 1, 2, 3 times to get on Facebook Live to do this with you. Hey, it's your girl LaShanda Henry here, aka Sister Sense, and today I'm jumping on here with a little bit of fire so that I can talk to you about how to get more customers, client attraction, and smart marketing online. So welcome if you've been here before and you know who I am. Just say hello in the comment box. Let me know who you are. And if you feel like this conversation about client attraction, smart marketing is something that maybe a few people in your circle need to know about, feel free to hit that share thing that they've got somewhere around here so that you can share it with your following, or maybe even tag a few people who you might say, oh my God, you need to listen to Sister Sense because she's all about helping you make sense of making money online. So my live stream class today, hey Tequila, mwah, welcome sweetie. My live stream class today is actually inspired by this conversation that I'm having with clients right now inside of my mastermind. And we're having a client attraction conversation because you want to make sure that you are clear about what you're going to do to get some new people and some of those old people coming back and excited about working with you. You know, it's funny, just before I got on this, I was having a clarity call with one of my clients, which is me helping her make sense of what she needs to do next. And we were talking about client attraction and how she can bring in some new money into the business. And what's so funny about that is as I'm sitting here wrestling with Facebook, she messages me and said, oh my God, thanks so much. I just landed a client, 3 payments of $497. Yes! So some good clarity can go a long way. And hopefully today I can provide you with a few ways to think about client attraction and what you're doing to make that experience work for you. Now, side note, I was like, did the cat take my pen? Side note, before I jump in here, if you're ever interested in working with me one-on-one and having a clarity call, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, you can go to callme.sistersense.com to schedule a call. Okay, so 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 3 hours, whatever you need, I got you. Okay, callme.sistersense.com, SISTASENSE.com. If anybody can write that and then drop it into the comment box, that would be great. Okay, just a side note, if you ever need to schedule a clarity call with me, I've got you. All right. Hey, Teresita, welcome. So, okay, we're going to talk about client attraction today. And the first thing that I want to dig into, I got to move my notes here on my client notes. Let's go to the notes for today's session. Okay, number 1 is identify who you want to attract. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to talk about who you want to attract in a way that you probably don't usually hear. Okay, when I say that, I mean this. You have to identify your target market, but you always hear people talking about your target market. Who are you trying to sell to? Now, here's the deal. Before you even get to that point, there are 2 types of target markets that you can consider when it comes to client attraction. Okay, one is you reaching a new person versus number 2, you reaching an old person, an old customer who you had previously worked with before. Okay, so I want you to think about that right now. When it comes to your business, when it comes to you wanting to bring in some money, honey, and you want to attract people, who are you trying to attract? Old customers or new customers? There's a difference. Now, it could be that you are a new business owner and you don't have any old customers. So obviously new is only what you need, right? Hey, Maya, welcome. But it also could be that maybe you have customers that you worked with before and you want to bring them back into the fold. Okay, so reason number 1, if you don't have any old customers, new is the only way to go for you. But number 2 reason, if you have previous customers, let's say you want to bring in that now money. Hey Maya, what's up, sweetie? That now money. What's that now money? When you go, listen, LaShanda, listen, come close. I got babies to feed and bills to pay. I need money now. Okay. Now, here's the deal. If you've been in business for a while and you need that now money, then I'm going to tell you when it comes to where you should start, the smart place to start is with your previous customers because they already know you. They already bought from you. They already see the value, right? Maya's like, now money for real. They already see the value. So they're the easiest people to sell to. As a matter of fact, real talk, I just said to y'all, before I jumped on here, I had a 1-hour clarity call with one of my clients, okay? Because we were talking about client attraction, and she was talking about, listen, I need to bring in that now money. I said, okay, here's what you need to do with some of your previous and current customers. And literally, as I was getting on here, she messaged me and she said, thanks so much, LaShanda. I just sold a package, 3-part payments of $497. Listen, this is not a game, okay? If you want to bring in that now money, maybe you need to work with the older customers. So again, most people, when they talk about, ooh, I'm on my swing, I got to get comfortable, y'all. When I get on the swing, I got to get comfortable. My little 4'5" self, I need to get comfortable so we can get real right now. Most people will talk to you about client attraction, and when they start the conversation, they start off talking about, well, you need to figure out your target person. Step 0 is you need to figure out whether or not right now, based on where you are right now in your business, you should be focused on attracting new customers versus getting them old customers to come back. Okay? Now, here's the deal. This conversation that we're having right now, this web class, is me jumping into what we're talking about right now inside of my mastermind, the Firestarter Circle. And tonight at 7 p.m. EST, we're going to dig in and dig deep. I have a webinar, and usually when I do my webinars, they go. They go for as long as they need to go, so I can tell you everything that you need to succeed. If you're interested in the Firestarter Circle live webinar, or you want to get the replay and you go, man, I'm watching this and I missed it, I always have the replays for you. I always bring the good. Write this down. CA class. CA stands for client attraction, okay? So the CA class is tonight. What's today? The 27th? 7 p.m. EST. If you miss it, no worries. Still sign up so you can get the replays, okay? sistersense.com/CA class. That's what we're doing tonight at 7 p.m. until I get all of the good out of me so I can give you the strategies you need to close more clients and customers, okay? But we're going to start the conversation today, right now, in this web class, talking about 3 first steps. So where you start this conversation. The first step being identifying for yourself if right now you need to attract new people versus it's time to go back and reactivate some of those old people so you can get them coming back for more, okay? So if you, for those of you who are right now with me live, new versus old, who do you want to attract right now? Could be maybe you have a new offer and you're like, I need some new people with this new offer, or it could be that you got something that's some good that you created for the people who are already in your circle. New versus old. Type one of those in the comment box and let me see who you are focused on attracting right now, okay? So that's the first thing that I want you to identify for yourself before you think about the target audience, right? Hey, Eva, thank you so much for posting that in there. sistersense.com/CA class. Now, my mastermind ladies, you already in the mastermind. You don't have to worry about it. But if you're not in the mastermind, you can register at that link, sistersense.com/CA class. Okay, so Tequila says old customers. Good. So we're going to talk about some strategies as far as attracting some old customers in a second. Okay, now, here's the deal. Once you identify new versus old, it's going to start to become a little bit easier for you to formulate the kind of conversations that you need to have. Because here's the reality. It takes a lot more time to wow and woo new people than it does with your old people. If you got your old customers, and not just old customers, but your beehive, you know the beehive. Listen, you can't talk about Beyonce. You can't do Beyonce wrong. When you got your beehive that, whoo, you know, your true fans, they're going to buy everything that you have. So it doesn't take as much wow and woo to get older customers excited about working with you again. But you do have to be very clear about how you want to work with them and the kind of benefits and results you're going to give them. But I'm getting too far ahead. Let's slow it down. Let's bring it back. Okay, so new versus old, identify which one you want to work with. And then for that particular type of target person, what's the offer you have for them right now? Just pick one offer. When it comes to client attraction, for me, it's all about keeping it seriously simple. I have a simple sales system. Select one item. Good Lord, don't do 12, don't do 15. You're going to confuse people. Give them one offer. So for that new person or that old person, what's one offer that you're focused on promoting right now? And if you already know it, drop it in the comment box. Let me know. If you want to promote it, put the link in there. Let everybody know, right? Use this as a marketing moment. Do what you need to do, boo. But first, new versus old. Second, what's one offer, right? One offer for one target person. Because see, when it comes to a client attraction, one of the things that people do is they overthink the process, right? So I'm all about showing overthinkers how to not overthink the process. Anybody an overthinker, they just go way too deep and they start to overwhelm themselves and they don't like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to attract people. Any overthinkers in the house? Here's the deal. One way you can reduce the overthinking, overwhelm process is to stop trying to figure out how to sell one offer to everybody. Stop trying to figure out how to create one offer that appeals to everybody, okay? When I sell one offer to one person, that significantly reduces the overwhelm and the confusion. So right now I'm focused on client attraction. If you want to learn how to attract clients, you go to sistersense.com/CAC class, you sign up for the class, and we go. If that's not what you want to know right now, you keep it moving. You stay connected, of course, and you keep listening until I share something else with you that might be a reflection of where you are and what you need right now. But that is the secret to the sauce of client attraction. Stop starting in a space where you get over everybody. You don't need to sell everything to everybody, and you don't need to make a product that appeals to everybody in one lump sum. The secret to starting is start with one offer for one target person, whether it be a new person that you've never heard of before and vice versa, they never heard of you before, versus an old customer that worked with you previously at some point in the past, okay? Old customers for me are previous people plus also people who are currently working with you too, just as a side note, okay? So that's number one. Number two, I believe when it comes to client attraction, there are 5 types of activities that you need to be doing more often, okay? 5 types of activities that you need to do more often when it comes to client attraction. The first one is to work on your ask. So if you are here and you are participating live, or if you're watching the replays, can you type that in there before you write it on your notebook? Work on your ask. Work on your ask. Now, before I get into the logistics of working on your ask, I am ASK, okay? Get your ask in gear, not the other one, not the one behind you. ASK. Before I talk about the tactical, technical aspects of working on your ask, let's talk about the head space, the heart space, as a heart-based entrepreneur. When they talk about this thing called the secret, ask the universe and the universe will provide to you. If you want customers, ask for customers. If you want abundance, ask for abundance. If you want success, ask for success. Don't hide from it. Work on your ask. Right? Now, that's not even the kind of ask that I'm talking about, but I'm going to be honest with you. It's an important, powerful part of the conversation, because if you're not asking the universe to give you the things that you want to receive, you're not going to attract them into your life. Okay? Whole other conversation for a whole other day, but something in me felt like I needed to say that to somebody out there who wants things, but they're afraid to ask for them. If you want something, work on asking for it. Yesterday, I was going through a moment that kind of shook me, and I needed help. Sometimes you have to work on asking for help. So I took my hands, clasped them together, I closed my eyes, I bowed my head, and I prayed. And I asked for help from the Lord, and the angel spoke to me, and solutions occurred to me that didn't occur to me before. I got the answers that I was asking for. I got the help that I was asking for because I prayed for it. Whether it be God, Allah, your spiritual higher force, life energy, whatever it needs to be. Again, this is not where I wanted the conversation to go, but something in me is telling me that somebody, before we even work on the business, asking the universe and your higher power for help and support and guidance and whatever it is that you need right now, work on asking for it. Because if you don't ask, you won't receive. One of my favorite quotes is, closed mouths don't get fed. Mouth closed, nothing can go in. You sitting there hungry for something, you sitting there thirsty for something, you better work on asking for it if you want to receive it. Okay, hey Faye, welcome sweetie, just to be clear. Now, that's a whole other ask. Let's talk about the tactical, technical business ask that you need to be asking for as an entrepreneur, okay? Number one, If you are working with older customers, right, there are two questions that you can ask them, okay? For old customers, Tequila, you listening? Because I know you said you want to work with your old people. Number one, do you need more of ... If they purchased it from you before, they might just purchase it from you again. Some of you have products that are perishable products, right? Food, beauty products, right? Eventually, it's going to be finished. Hey, do you need more of that facial whatever? You know, I need some of that because I need to get my glow up on, my glow up. So what do you need more of, right? Do you need more of this? Are you asking, for those of you who are talking or thinking about client attraction, are you going back and asking your customers, do you need more of ... Okay, number one. Number two, are you asking them, hey, do you know anyone who could use ... Because listen, like-minded people travel in like-minded circles. Okay, so I see my girl Eva here. Eva is my travelwitheva.com. Eva, the travel diva. She can show you how to create amazing travel experiences in paradise for you and your groups. You work with people who are looking to create amazing group travel experiences here in the States and across the globe. More than likely, those people know people who trying to do the same thing they doing, because we travel in like circles, right? Hey, Vivian, welcome. So think about that for yourself. How often are you asking your previous customers, hey, do you know anybody who could use this too? I mean, I know you got it and you good with it, but if you don't need any more, do you know somebody else who could use it? Anybody doing that right now? Because that's something that y'all should be doing if you're trying to get those old people coming back, okay? So I'm going to give you a great example of that. One of my newest new packages is called Get More Done. SisterSense.com/GMD Get More Done. Old customers, do you know someone who could use my product? Good. Thank you for posting that in there, Maya. I appreciate you. Thank you, boo. For those of you just jumping on here right now, we're talking about client attraction, okay? Two things to keep in mind. Number one, if you know some folks who are interested in that, could you bring them in? Could you share this out? Could you tag them in then as a comment? Because that would be great. I know you, but I don't know them. I'm working on my ask right now. Sharing is caring. Number one, okay? Sharing is caring on that side, but the other side is that I also have other resources for you. So as I'm doing this live web class right now on client attraction, it's a part of a bigger conversation that I'm doing. I'm doing a webinar tonight on client attraction. We're going to dig in and dig deep. So if you're not a part of my Firestarter Circle Mastermind, for less than $20, you can get access for the next 30 days and beyond. And all the information about tonight's class, plus the replays and everything else, you can find at sistersense.com/CA class. CA stands for client attraction, right? So I practice what I preach. I'm telling you to do the things that I do. I'm not telling you to do something I read in a book, because I know these things work. Okay, so when it comes to client attraction, one of the things that I recently created was my Get More Done package at sistersense.com/GMD. So I created Get More Done, and I said, listen, number one, I went to a few clients who I knew. I said, hey, do you need more time with me? If you do, here, Get More Done. I said, number two, hey, do you know anybody who needs web time? Hey, Get More Done, okay? And people signed up, and it works. So I want you to think about how you can apply that to yourself. Good. Hey, LaShanda, welcome. All these beautiful spirits here today. I appreciate you guys for being a part of the mix. So let me talk about the next thing as far as asking, okay? So I said, you can ask your existing people if they need more of something, or if they know other people who might need that thing, okay? Word of mouth marketing, it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, okay? Number two, we talked about old people. Let's talk about new people. What is it that you do? What is it that you want to be known for? I am Sister Sense. I have folks make sense of making money online. What do you do? Can you guys drop that in the comment box and let me know? What is it that you do? What do you want people to know you for? LaShanda Henry, aka Sister Sense. I help you make sense of making money online. Hence me being here talking about client attraction today. Can you, for those of you participating live or even via the replay, what do you do? Hey, sweetie. What do you do? And who do you want to work with? What do you want to be known for? Drop those in the comment box for me. This is important because I want to have a clarity session with you guys. I just got off a clarity call with one of my clients. Now I'm having like a big virtual call with one of you. Okay? Well, all of you, I should say. More than one. Here's why I'm asking you to think about what you do, what you want to be known for, and drop it in the comment box. Because what you do at your core, you want to attract. Remember I said to you, ask the universe for what you want, right? I go out online, different platforms. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Periscope, I'm in people's emails, and I say, hey, you want to make sense of making money online? You trying to monetize? You want to do this? Go here. You want people to raise their hands and identify themselves with you. Fabienne says, I'm a web and graphic designer helping brands build a strong online visual presence. Brand styling is my thing. Awesome. Awesome. Do you need help with your brand? Okay, I'm going to say something to make you laugh now, Fabienne. Ask them, is your brand or business right now kind of fugly? We can be honest. We adults here. Is your brand kind of fugly? Let's just be honest. Does the look and feel of the image you are putting out there not really resemble? I'm not going to say what fugly means. Y'all know what it means. Does it not reflect who you are and what you do? You want them to raise their hand. Girl, why you talking about me? You got me embarrassed. You know my brand ain't looking right. You know it ain't tight. Okay. Well, if you need that brand style, I need you to go here. Faye said, what? If your brand needs work, if it doesn't quite look how you need it, because sometimes you want to attract clients, sometimes you got to bring in that shock factor, right? So me saying fugly might be a little bit shocking for people. Some people won't even say that. They won't even try to clean it up. They'll say just the words that they mean. That shock factor will sometimes shake people into, what? What's she talking about? What's going on? But the truth here in client attraction is you want to work on your ask, and you want to ask questions that are a reflection of who you are and who you're trying to reach. Because see, the person who goes, man, my brand is fugly and I need it to be right and tight, and you go here, get this, that person is going to work with you. So for example, I have an ebook. It's called How to Maximize Your Money Magic. Absolutely free ebook. I don't know if you guys heard about it. I don't know if you saw it, right? Tasha says, hairstylist, educator to stylist. Okay, awesome. I'm going to come to you in a second. My ebook, How to Maximize Your Money Magic, absolutely free. So when I say, listen, do you want to make sense of making money online? And I go online and I ask that question and people say yes. I say, okay, go to sistersense.com/freebies. FREEBIES. Freebies. My ebook is there, plus a few other ebooks that you just might need too. Ask and you shall receive. You want more clients? You want people who need the services that you offer? Ask them, do you need this? Okay? Or do you know somebody who needs this? Okay? And that's going to help you start to attract those kinds of people to you. Now, keep in mind, I believe there are 5 types of client attraction activities that all entrepreneurs, all y'all up in here, and those who ain't up in here should be doing. Working on your ask is one of them. We're going to go through all 5 of them in the web class that I'm doing tonight. Okay, so whether you can catch the class live or you come in so you can get the replays, because I always give you access to the replays, you want to go to sistersense.com/CA class for client attraction class, so you can get access and I can talk to you more about all 5 types. The first one is working on your ask, and we're not going to dig into it in its entirety, but I do want to start here. Okay, I helped women create healthy boundaries in all their relationships. I love that. Now, here's the thing that I will say. Healthy boundaries, relationships, those 2 words are very big. Those 2 words are very big. Like marketing, is a big word that can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So one of the ways in which I work on effective client attraction, one of the ways I recommend you do it, is to pick one type of offer for one type of person. So, for example, let's say you want to work with people who have difficulty creating clear boundaries and building the right relationships in their work environment. People overlook them. People talk over them. People put them in situations where they're feeling like they're being undermined, right? How do you build those healthy relationships? Or maybe you're talking about parent relationships. Maybe you're talking about spouse relationships, the relationships that you have between you and your child. Every time you create a new conversation or a new product or service around relationship building, speak to a specific type of person who's struggling with a specific type of boundary around that kind of relationship. Okay? Because here's the deal. When I talk about client attraction, and I said to you, before you even pick a target market, try to figure out whether you're trying to reach new people or old people. You trying to reach people and you're giving out products, they're trying to figure out if what you're giving is right for them. And one of the ways you can help people identify if what you're giving is right for them is by making it clear what it includes and who it's for. So right now I'm talking about client attraction for people who are looking to either get better at attracting people online who they've never heard of before, who have never heard of them before, or attracting your old customers, getting them to come back and buy again. If you find yourself in one of those categories or both of them, then my client attraction class is good for you, right? I don't come out and try to teach everything to everybody or try to figure out how to turn one product into the everything product for everybody, because it doesn't work. One offer that works for one type of person. Okay? I saw a thumbs up somewhere. That hit somebody. Okay, good. More thumbs up. More sharing. That's what it's all about. Sharing is caring. Okay, so when I talked about working on your ask, I want you to think about some questions that you need to be asking. Questions that either you need to be asking the universe, questions that you need to be asking your existing customers, questions that you need to be asking new customers to spark conversations that open you up to the kind of success that you're looking for. Okay? Start asking yourself these questions. So when I said, listen, I have this package called Get More Done. Do you need 6 hours of me working on your website, or you getting on the phone and talking to me and asking me questions? Do you need 24 hours? Do you need 48 hours? Guess what? When I asked that question, I was getting back answers. So for example, one person said to me, man, LaShanda, I don't need it right now, but I know people who do, so I'm going to share what you're doing with them. Referrals. You want to attract new clients? Them existing clients are going to refer people to you. One person said to me, oh my God, yes, because I've been trying to do this and I can't do it on my own. And LaShanda, you can do it faster for me, so I need to buy that today. Another person said to me, you know what? I really don't need that much time, but I could use 2 hours. So can you do some updates for me for 2 hours? Absolutely, right? So that creates a conversation that's going to allow you to attract referrals, that's going to allow you to attract the people who are going to buy that thing. And it's also going to allow you to attract people who may not want that thing, but just because you opened up the conversation, they're going to be like, oh God, I'm so glad that I see you because I want this. Can you do this? And they'll ask you for another thing, which means either way, you're going to get some money coming in. Okay? So working on your ask, such an important thing to do. By the way, if you feel like you could use some help with your clarity, working with me one-on-one, or somebody to help you with your website or your graphics, I have the Get More Done package. You can get 6 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, and a combination of talking with me on the phone or me doing the stuff for you, graphics and website updates. That information is at sistersense.com/GMD, which stands for Get More Done. That's a side note, but some of y'all need some help. with getting this stuff done on a regular basis. One of my clients is Kim Coles. I've created her website. And last week was saying to me, LaShanda, I've got like this event that I am a part of. And so I'm updating her event calendar. You know, these are things that she needs to get done. That's what I do for her. So, you know, if you need somebody that's going to help you quickly get this stuff done and it takes you forever to do that, that's what the Get More Done package is for. You're trying to attract clients. Know that it's not just about attracting new people, but attracting those pre-existing customers that work with you too. Okay? By the way, here's my to-do list. Keeping it real with y'all. I think Kim has another event that I need to add to the website. Update Kim's event. Kim Coles is killing it. Can I just say that? I love her spirit, and everything in between. I feel like my spirit animal needs to be Kim Coles. When she laughs, it's like it lights up the whole room. But I was like, I forgot I have to do that. So literally, after I do this web class for you guys, I have to work on a few web projects for clients, and then I'm doing my mastermind call tonight. In between that being mommy, because the little one is home. So working on him so he can feel better to go back to school tomorrow. So mama's work is never done. So first thing I said to you guys, work on identifying who you want to attract, new versus old. Number 2, there are 5 types of activities that you should be doing as far as client attraction is concerned. We just touched on one of them, and that is working on your ask. Okay, hopefully you guys can start there. We're going to go into that in more detail, plus the other 5 inside the full client attraction webinar tonight. Okay, the next thing that I want you to work on is understanding the following statement. Okay, when it comes to client attraction, here's the deal. You want to know what they need, understand what they want, and give them a combination of the two. Say that, write it down if you can, put it in the comment box if you feel like it. Know what they need, because you're the expert. You know what they need. What do they need? You have to master knowing what people need. I've been online for almost 20 years now. And if there's one thing I mastered before being a web designer and being a seller and any of that stuff, I had to learn how to master what my clients and customers need and being very clear about knowing what they need. Okay? Know what they need. Thank you so much, Maya, for putting that in there. Know what they need, understand what they want, and give them a combination of the two. Because let's be real. You know sometimes people want what they don't need. Because you're the expert, right? But they're new to it. They're looking for the fast solution, the easy solution, the quick solution, and this is what they want. But you know what they need. But the reality is sometimes you scare folks off when you say, this is what you need. Because they don't want to hear that. They want you to give them what they want. So then they don't come to you. They go to somebody else because they're giving them what they want. You have to give them a combination of the two, what they need and what they want. Kind of like my little one being sick and being at home today. What he wants is to watch cartoons and eat junk food, right? I know he needs to exercise. I know he needs to take his medicine. I know he needs to sleep. And I also know he needs to do his work so that he's ready to go back to school tomorrow. That's not what he wants to do, but that's what I know he needs to do. We do a combination of the two so he can take his naps and watch a little cartoon in between in the exercise and then the medication and everything else, right? We work the kids like we work the clients. You got to work the experiences the same way. So here's what I want to say to you about identifying needs of new customers versus old customers, okay? Let me start off with the new customers. Okay, now I said I'm a web designer. My web services are at webdesign.sistasense.com. Here's one thing that new customers want that freaked the hell out of me. And I'm going to tell you why it freaked the hell out of me. They come to me and they say, LaShanda, you've got all these packages. If you go to webdesign.sistasense.com, you'll see about 4 packages there. I've got like 6 more that you don't even see. They say to me, LaShanda, which one should I get? And that freaks me out. No, it doesn't freak me out anymore, but it used to freak me out. Because you're thinking, okay, I'm going to give them the features. I'm going to tell them I can do this at this price point. I can do this at this price point. I can do this at this price point. And then they come in and asking me which one to pick. What do you mean which one to pick? Pick the one that works for you. Pick the one that works for you. Guess what I learned in that question? I learned, number one, new customers need direction. Number two, confused buyers don't buy. So if you're selling a service and you've got all of these options and you've got all of these features and you've got all of these price points and you're like, good, if they can't buy at 1,000, they could buy at 500. If they can't buy at 500, they could buy at this price. And you're like, I'm giving you everything that you need. And you're like, it should work. They should be able to find a price. And the question becomes, well, I love it. Everything looks fabulous. Which one should I buy? And it's like, what? What do you mean? They need those options, but in those options, there is overwhelm. In those options, there is, man, I know I need a website, but I don't know what I need on the website or how many pages I need. There's a degree of education that's required, which means they need your direction. For those of you who are service professionals, any SPs in the mix, you can just drop SP in for service professional. Any service professionals in the mix? If you're giving people all your features and all your price points, are you also giving them direction around where they should start and what they should pick? Because a lot of them don't know. And a lot of them would work with you, but they're confused about if your product is right for them. They're confused about, of the many products you have, which one is the one they should pick. They're confused. Are you giving the newbies direction, especially for those of you who, like myself, have a lot of stuff that you sell? Know what they need, understand what they want, give them a combination of the two. Because see, I know that they need a website. I know that they need a website that's either 5 pages or 10 pages. I know that they need a website that just has initial content on it, or has a membership site, or has a sign-up form, or has a store. I know what they need. They want to know which package they should get. So in selling and closing, I have to give myself a space where I understand a combination of the two. You guys understand that? Now, that's not necessarily a place that you automatically jump into. And being in a space where you engage with clients more, you start to learn that more. And it's not just about you giving them the right price or the right package. There's so many other little pieces that you need to take a look at. Inside the webinar tonight, I'm actually going to dig into client connection and really understanding what they want, what they need, and how to give them a combination of the two. But I want to start here by just introducing you to that concept, because sometimes we are so stuck on client attraction. I got to give them the right price, or if I give them like this product that has 15 things in it, it should sell. It should sell because they want that. They said they wanted it. I know they need it. And then they don't buy, and you're sitting there going, why? Why didn't they buy? Anybody ever experienced that? I gave them so many features. I gave them the perfect price, and they still didn't buy. Why? Tequila said, I just had this happen to me earlier, and I think she didn't know which package to choose from. There you go. Now that's just, imagine how many other things could be affecting your sales that you're not aware of. That's one thing, which is why I do the class and I dig in deep, because I've learned there are so many of these little things, and nobody necessarily is going to off the bat tell you this. When people talk about client attraction, or real talk, when you do a session like this and people talk about client attraction for free, you can be honest with me. Are some of the things that I'm telling you right now, are these things that they tell you? Because for free, most people, when it comes to client attraction, they stop at, you got to pick your target market. That's all they tell you. You got to pick your target market. You got to know your person. That's it. But these are little things, more specific things that you have to be aware of, that a lot of people ain't telling you for free. I'm just going to be honest with you. So for example, how many of you want to teach people? Do you want to teach? You can say yes if you want to be a teacher, if you want to be a coach, if you want to be a mentor, if you want to sell a mastermind or an online course. Anybody want to do any of those things? Because I know a lot of my people tend to want to do that. Want to teach, want to have a mastermind, want to sell a course, all that other stuff, right? You tell us what we need to know. No fluff. There you go. Thank you, sweetie. It's all about the meat and potatoes, Tequila. The meat and the potatoes. I'm a big girl. I like my meat and my potatoes. Don't give me none of that salad. I like a good salad too, but it has to be a full salad. It has to have the croutons and the cheese and the meat and the extra, not just the greens, but the extra vegetables. I need a good salad. I need a beefy salad that makes me feel like I had meat and potatoes. Okay, but I digress. I ask you this question because one of my private clients, she just launched a mastermind. And I said to her, you know, first, before you launch the mastermind, do a 3-hour intensive. So she did that, worked out really well. Then she launched her 6-week mastermind. And some people signed up, and then other people she was expecting to sign up and they didn't. And she was frustrated. So she messaged me. She said, LaShanda, I have the funky face. You know, it's good when you can launch and you can create and people sign up. But what do you do when not as many people sign up as you want? She was like, I got the funky face. But we worked through the funky face. She said, LaShanda, thank you so much for creating a space that allowed me to go through these steps and to figure out something really important. I'm going to tell you what she figured out. The thing that she wanted to create and she created wasn't necessarily the thing that the majority of the people in her circle needed. Here's the deal with that. Ooh, I'm running out of thing. It says low memory or low energy. I don't know. I'm running out of battery. Sometimes you want to teach people and you want to help people based on where you are, right? You're 5 years into whatever you've learned. You're 10 years into whatever you've learned, and you're attracting people around you. But they haven't gone through the 5-year mark yet, the 10-year mark, or hell, even the 3-year mark yet. So you're trying to teach them this thing that you're passionate about based on all this stuff that you know that they're not ready for. You know what they need because you're 10 years into the game, but they're not ready for that yet because they're only 1 minute into the experience. Now, there's stuff that they need first. We're going to talk about that in the webinar. Let's talk about, for right now, identifying that sometimes you're not in a space where you can attract the clients that you want because you're so desiring to give them everything you feel like they should get right now, everything you feel like they need right now, and some of that stuff they're not ready for. Anybody ever gone through that or experienced that? You flip the script and you go back and you like, wait, hold up. I'm trying to tell them, and they barely know how to do. You trying to teach them how to run a marathon like Usain Bolt, and they don't even know how to crawl like a baby. It's not that your product isn't great. It's not that what you're offering them and the price point isn't great. Sometimes they ain't ready for it. Been there. Which means that you've got to be aware of who is in your audience. You've got to be aware of that, because it doesn't mean that what you want to give them isn't a great product. Probably your people haven't grown with you enough to be ready for that product. Because maybe you're attracting people to you, but they can't get that because they're like, that looks good, but I don't think it's right for me. That's kind of deep. That's kind of heavy. I ain't ready for that. And you thinking, oh, they not buying because of the price. They not buying because, why are they not buying? You can't figure it out. They're not ready for it yet. You overwhelmed, so are they. And that's all I wanted to say on that. So I want you to think about what they are ready for, what they want, what you know they need, and giving them a combination of the two. Okay? So when you think about, first thing I said to you guys is identifying the 3 activities we went through today. I said, identify for yourself. Are you trying to attract old customers versus new customers? That was number 1. Number 2, I said, get your ask in gear. Work on asking. If you want to attract old or new, What's one offer that you want to offer them, and really define that person, right? Really define that person. Number 3, whether you're selling products or services, you've got to work on getting to know what they need, understanding what they want, and giving them a combination of the two. Take a good look at the offer you're trying to provide, who you're trying to provide it to. Are they ready to receive this? Not just people in general, but real talk, people in your circle, because you're trying to sell to people. The first people you're going to try to sell to are the people who are already in your list, people who are already following you, are the people who are following you right now. Are they ready for it? Right? What do they want? What questions do they have? Are they clear about these things? These are things that you need to ask. So I love that I get to jump on here and talk to you guys today about client attraction. Just before, I was on a clarity call with one of my clients, and we talked about that for about an hour. So if this is stuff that you feel like you want to work on with me one-on-one, you can certainly go to callme.sissasense.com if you want to schedule a one-on-one call with me. People are always like, how do I do that? Where do I go? Callme.sissasense.com to schedule a one-on-one call with me. That's number 1. Number 2, if you want to dig deeper into this conversation, because my battery is about to die, which means the energies are saying, LaShanda, you need to go. It's time to go. I am hosting a live webinar tonight on client attraction. We're going to dig deeper into number 1, where you start. Number 2, how you work with old versus new customers. Number 3, we're going to talk about the 5 types of activities that you should be working on as far as client attraction is concerned. One of them being working on your ask. We're going to go through that plus 2 through 5 tonight. Okay? We're going to talk about client connection because, hey, attracting people is one thing. Getting their attention is great, but how do you convert? You want to go from client attention to sales. The things that you can strategically do to get people to actually buy once you've got their attention, because getting their attention is just part of the equation, right? You want to make sure that there are things that you are doing strategically to work with new people, but then also old customers too. Don't just think that it's all about new. You've got to do new things. You've got to find new ways to reach new people so you can make new money, but then you've got to find new ways to connect with those older customers so you can bring them coming back for more. I'm so proud of one of my clients. I just spoke to her. I said, this is what you need to do. First thing, work with those existing customers. She said, woo, yes, thank you so much. I just closed a package, 3 parts, $4.97 a part. Yay! It's all about bringing in that money. But if you want that now money, honey, you better start with them old customers first. I can help you more with that inside of tonight's webinar, as well as via one-on-one clarity calls. The webinar, whether you catch it live, there is going to be replays, so don't worry. Get in so you can get the replays. That, again, is at sissasense.com/CA for client attraction, CA class. Now, I have to ask, before I go, is there anything that you want to ask me about client attraction? Is there anything that overwhelms you as far as client attraction? I will take a few questions for those of you who are live. And if you're listening to the replay too, drop those comments in there, because I am wanting to make sure that I can integrate some of your questions into the conversation in tonight's webinar, especially for those people who feel overwhelmed when it comes to client attraction and sales. Where is your overwhelm coming from? Feel free to drop those questions in there while we have a minute or two just before my live stream, just before my phone dies on me, and I can certainly answer those questions for you. Okay, I'm gonna give you, y'all might be typing. I'm gonna give you a minute to type. So while I'm giving you that minute to drop in there and type a question if you do have one, I will share one more thing with respect to client attraction that we are going to be talking about tonight. You need to learn how to convert better, okay? Okay, that's certainly something that we can talk about, conversion, because that's a big one. How do you grow your new people? I speak online and offline, but they don't like adding their names to email lists and not always like Facebook or Instagram page. Okay. How do you grow your new people? Good question. So conversion being one question, how do you grow your new people being another question? Okay, so when it comes to growing people, I really am proactive about simultaneously doing multiple things at once. And let's take this web class, for example, okay? Full transparency, full disclosure. I believe that at the end of the day, when you're working with people, they have like-minded people who could work with you too. So I'm very proactive about saying, listen, if you feel like this is a great session for you, share it, tag some folks. And you know what? Tonight, I'm actually going to share with you how I attract new people. And one of the ways that works is referrals. I mean, referrals just work. I mean, there are different things you can do for referrals, but just something as simple as saying, you know, some people don't like email, but they like Instagram or they like Facebook. Okay, well then meet people where they are. And when you're there, make sure you're proactive about not only sharing what you're sharing, right? But being in a position where you're saying, listen, if this is something that you feel like somebody else should know, tag them, please, at whatever, whoever, put their name in there and share, hit the share button, right? Meet people where they are. Now, you said Facebook and Instagram and all these different platforms. Real talk, I've got a ton of other things to do. So here's what I'm going to do as soon as I finish this. I'm going to jump on Periscope for less than 60 seconds and say, hey, today I had a live stream. If you missed it, go to facebook.sistersense.com. Same thing on Instagram. Hey, y'all, how you doing? Did a live stream. If you missed it, go here. Boom. Sometimes you can't be everywhere all at once. And if I had the time, I would have done simultaneously all of those platforms at once, but I couldn't. So my solution is one platform here, then I'm going to jump off here, share on the other platforms, then I'm going to save this, upload it to YouTube so that I can meet people on YouTube, Instagram, Periscope, Facebook simultaneously. Okay? Because sometimes you can't be everywhere that you want to be, but you can create the illusion. Hashtag love this, I love you, because you asked a great question. Right? Some people don't like being on email lists. Some people do like it. Here's my not quick and not so dirty list when it comes to email marketing and list building. Number one, I don't ask people for their first name, their last name, their grandchild's date of birth, their phone number. Now, keep in mind, if you are in a business where you need people to give you their address and their phone number and all that stuff, great. I don't ask for all of that. All I need from you is your first name and your email, and boom. I try to keep it simple. That's all I need from you. If you need their phone number and everything else based on your business and your consulting and you're doing an intake form, I get it. But just for basic opt-ins, first name, email, done. That's number one. Number two, people are going to sign up for what you are going to give them. So people say, you know what, LaShanda, I don't know where to start. What the hell do I do? Where do I start? And I say, you need help with that? They say yes. Okay, go to sistersense.com/SHH. You get a free ebook. Start Here. This is SHH, stands for Start Here Help. The ebook is called Where Do I Start? 7 Modes to Building a Successful Business. The person who needs that help, they're going to go there. Then I say, okay, listen, you want to make sense of making money online? Hands go up. Not all hands, but some hands. Okay, I have another ebook for you. How to maximize your money magic. Go to sistersense.com/freebies. Download that. You're not going to get everybody to come on your list because of one thing. Nor are you going to get them to come on the list because of an ambiguous thing. An ambiguous thing being, hey, come on the list to get updates. Come on the list to let know when I'm going to be at XYZ event. Right? I'm sorry. Unless you Kim Coles or Beyonce, they don't care about when you're going to be in their town. Or let me correct myself. Unless you have that kind of Kim Coles, Beyonce experience where they are so in love with you that they do care. That they're one of your true fans and they do want to know when you're going to be in their town because they love you and they love what you do. Right? But people, for the most part, aren't just going to go on the list because you say, get my updates, get my newsletter, they want specifics. So every time you come out with another specific lead magnet, that specific lead magnet is going to attract the kind of person who wants that thing. Right? So hopefully those are some start there strategies as far as emails and new people. There's way more that I can say on that, but I'm afraid that my thing is going to die on me, so forgive me. Whether you're live or via the replays, I will come back here and see if you have any other questions for me. So make sure you put your questions in the comment box. What questions do you have about client attraction and sales? Where do you feel overwhelmed right now? I'll do my best either do another web class on those things, to talk about them tonight inside of the client attraction web class, and or to just message you directly, and so that I can directly have that one-on-one time with you. You're the best. Oh, thank you so much, sweetie. Right back at you. It's been so long since I've been on here live to share. I'm excited about this web class, and I'm excited to know what you guys do with it. This was great. Awesome. Good stuff. All right, y'all. Go forth, create amazing. I'll see some of you guys tonight inside of the web class. And yeah, I'll see you later. Take care.